Hey everyone, it's Kelly with Brave Parenting, and today I'm going to discuss with you 4 reasons why your child doesn't need the newest smartphone. So the average age for a child to receive their first smartphone is 10. So I think it's really important as parents to review some of these truths that we all know, but we sort of get caught up in culture of always upgrading to the newest smartphone. So the first reason why your child doesn't need the newest smartphone is simple. Smartphones are crazy expensive. It's really easy with your cellular service provider to roll in the cost of that phone into your monthly cell phone bill, so you don't really feel the impact of that cost. But this isn't really financial responsibility in the sense of teaching this to our children, is to have a financed phone, right? So $1,149 is the cost of an iPhone X. That also happens to be the monthly salary of someone working minimum wage 40 hours a week. So that's a lot of money. As humans, we value most what we work for and what we pay for. So if your child isn't working for or paying for any part of that phone, chances are they're not going to fully value what that phone is worth and take care of it as such. They'll only find the value in what that phone can do for them. And that leads us right into reason number 2, your children don't need the newest smartphone, is that it breeds entitlement. Yes, we love to get our kids the newest and nice things. However, entitlement is a big issue. Right now, millennials are very often chided with this entitlement problem, and all because they were given trophies for participating when they were young. Well, now our young adolescents and teens today are given expensive smartphones just for existing. What kind of entitlement issues are we going to be seeing when our children are then in their 20s and leading the workforce? This entitlement issue can so be easily addressed with the thing they love the most, and that is their smartphone. Furthermore, these smartphones don't build character in our children, right? And that is what lasts. This expensive $1,150 phone isn't going to build patience as your child waits in order to get that upgrade. It's not going to make them respect you more for paying for it. It's not going to help them practice humility as they walk around with it in their hand, nor are they going to practice self-control as they love and use all of its functionality. What we also see in young children today is not only do they feel entitled to the device itself, but they end up feeling entitled to use it however they want, whenever they want, without any interference or accountability from you, the parent. And this is a real problem. That leads us straight into reason number 3. Your children don't need the newest phone because they'll want everything else with it. Have you ever read that popular children's book, If You Give a Pig a Pancake? What happens is the pig ends up wanting all of this extra stuff with it. Well, that's what you find with our children in these expensive new smartphones. It has so much functionality and supports all of the newest and greatest apps. They're going to want to be on it all of the time. Frankly, I like to have the ability to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. The iPhone 5 doesn't support Fortnite," right? It's nice to be able to have that. Also, in our world today that our kids are growing up in, where it's instant entertainment and immediate gratification, I think they need a little bit of slowing down. In an older phone that maybe has slow internet connectivity or a freezing screen or a dying battery, those are features that can actually work to your advantage and help build the character of patience. The world around them isn't going to require patience, but how great if the smartphone will. And finally, reason number 4 why your children don't need the newest smartphone is so simple. They'll break it, right? It's in their hands all of the time. The chances of it falling and breaking is so high. Not only that, especially with our young adolescent girls, they're squeezing this phone that is about this big into their tiny little back pocket that's about this big, right? The chances of them breaking are extremely high, especially for an $1,150 phone. That's a big risk to take. It's when I turn to the wise words that that have gone before us. This is why we can't have nice things, darling, because you break them. I have to take them away. Thank you, Taylor Swift, for leading parents to be brave right here in this area of smartphones. We also know that 45% of all smartphone owners go on to break their smartphone, and that average time is 10 weeks, which is crazy short. In 2015, Americans spent $4 billion on smartphone repairs and replacements. Y'all, that is crazy amount of money on these devices. So hopefully you have seen that this is a really important area for us as parents to practice bravery. And so if you are going to hold off from getting your child the newest smartphone, what are you going to do instead? Well, one thing you can do is upgrade yourself and then hand down your lower graded phone to your children. Last year, I got an iPhone 6 because my iPhone 5 was going to my 8th grader. And do you know what happened to that iPhone 5? He broke it. And what does he have now? Nothing. This is how it works. And this is how they learn to understand the value of these devices. Another thing that you can do is ask family and friends if they have any unused older generation phones that you can pop a new SIM card in and get them started using and taking care of their first smartphone or even any smartphone. Or thirdly, you can buy a flip phone. They really are coming back, and you can find them at your cellular service providers. I hope as parents that you really do feel empowered to be brave in this one specific area. The character of our children is so much greater than their temporary happiness of having a brand new phone. So I implore you to not give in to the ease and convenience that our culture and society and these cellular service provider companies offer of always upgrading and buying the newest phones. Don't do it to boost your child's social status or to make them like you or to make them happy. Those things are just temporary. Their character is what will last forever. And if you need further guidance on how to create character in your kids amidst this advancing technology and media world, hop over to Amazon and pick up Brave Parenting's first published book, Managing Media, Creating Character. Tell you, this book isn't about overly monitoring our kids or helicopter parenting. It's about setting standards for how your children will engage and interact with this technology and media that they're growing up surrounded by. I think you will absolutely enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Kelly with Brave Parenting. Until next time, go and be brave.